Hey y'all, I'm Chris, and this is It Worth It, y'all? And this is week 2 of the Every Bit Counts challenge. We have some really cool stuff that we've actually never done before in store for you, so stick around and hopefully you'll learn a few things on how to preserve some stuff in unique ways. So here we go. Well, as part of Every Bit Counts challenge, we harvested ourselves, let me see if you can see it better in the light. There we go. We harvested ourselves a bunch of carrots, and we are going to use pine shavings in that box to preserve them. All right, so as a part of the Every Bit Counts challenge, we have our potatoes that we harvested. We have procured a nice clamshell case, and we are going to store our potatoes in pine shavings. So this should be pretty simple, and it's one more item we can store in the basement and know that it'll be protected. All right, first things first. Pine shavings. And the trick is not to get these to go everywhere. We'll see how good I am. Or not. I gotta find scissors. Okay, here we go. All right, fingers crossed, y'all. I personally haven't done this before, but obviously I've seen it on the tubes where if you don't have a root cellar, which we do not, but we do have a basement that stays pretty much the same temperature all year round. And I can regulate the humidity, so that's good. So you layer in, at least smell good. Smells like a pine tree. All right, layer in pine shavings. Then you come in with the potatoes. And I said, don't let the potatoes touch. So apparently you gotta keep them separate. They said bigger ones on the bottom. Greg's here.
And you leave them unwashed.
Yep, unwashed. I don't know if you heard Greg, unwashed. If you want to pick out some big ones so we can.
It helps keep them protected.
Oh yeah, here. Our potatoes look good, you know what?
Yes, they do.
I'd like to grow more purple ones this year.
Yes. Yeah. The dehydrated ones that we ate were really good.
They are good, aren't they? I have a bunch of teeny weeny ones in that bucket, so I was trying to get the big ones out of here first. Oh yeah, these are all about the same now. With those teeny weeny ones, we could have like roasted potatoes tonight for dinner. I think we're doing good. The majority of the shavings is making it into the bucket. Last year we just put these in crates and they didn't last as long as I anticipated. You know, they sprouted real bad last year. We used those as seed, but we lost a lot. I'm gonna go like this. Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay, first off.
What?
How
heavy it is?
I can't move it.
A good call.
It's awesome that we put 1,000 potatoes in here.
But you can't pick it up.
Getting it anywhere.
Fair point. Fair point. I'm gonna fill this up and then be done. Okay. Oh yeah. All right, and one last layer on the top, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do her.
Okay. All right. Potatoes. Check. Now, we're gonna do the same thing. Carrots. Same thing with the carrots. Good. Put a layer in there. These carrots we just harvested this morning. Let me get all of the green off, because you got to get all of it off. Look at our pretty purple ones. I don't know if you can see that or not down there. Don't wash these either, right?
Correct. Don't wash anything that you're doing for long-term storage, because what the research I've done is saying the outside original coating helps protect it, and it keeps the moisture inside.
Can you guys see down in there? Let me see if you can see in there. Here, see? Try to get you the big stuff first.
So there's another layer. And then I'm just going to put more pine shavings on. Just need it so it's covering the layer below so that they don't touch.
Oh look, we grew white ones too. Oh, look at this big monster.
That's purple.
Now here's the other stuff that we harvested today. We're gonna do other stuff with these, so we'll bring you along and show you how we're gonna preserve all this stuff here shortly after we get done putting all these carrots in this bucket. Put some more in there. Oh, it moved. Ah! Whoopsie. And I've got lids in the basement. We can stick a lid on that if you think we need to.
Okay, there you have it.
Got her done?
Everything's covered. Well, see that. So we'll just sprinkle that on top. And then for good measure, I'll just do another little.
That looks good. Okay.
And now we'll check on these periodically throughout, make sure.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. We've never done it, so I don't know if the sawdust will settle. So we'll just have to go down and
soon to find out
and look at it.
Yeah, all right,
Every
cool.
so often.
Potatoes and carrots are done. So we decided today was a good day to supplement what we needed for some of the Every Bit Counts challenge. So we went and got from the Amish, we went and got some tomatoes, beautiful tomatoes. We got a box of bell peppers because we're just not growing, not enough's coming in of ours. And then we scored on, they had like seconds on the poblanos, and then underneath here, this whole thing is full of jalapenos. We did not plant any jalapenos, and we're running low on cowboy candy, and Greg's like, we're getting jalapenos, so look at them. Aren't they pretty? So we just bought ourselves a ton of work, and we're gonna work on these for the challenge. So here we go. Okay, so we went to a farmer's market and they have their as-is bins for $5, and we know this stand does that, so we went and picked up 2 bags of as-is poblanos because we are gonna make canned chilies out of all of these. And what's funny is this was 2 of the boxes, and Greg and I forgot to plant jalapenos. So 3 of the boxes and the rest of this bag are the jalapenos. And I mean, look at that. Look how many are in there. So we're gonna process these as well. They look really, really good. There's a couple bad ones in there, but we'll work around it. That's what you get when you get as is. And so this is $10 worth of poblano peppers that we're gonna process next. All right, we got our jet fuel going. Now the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna roast the skin off of these. And I'll probably have to turn that fire down just a little bit. But we want these to blister. So we can get the skins off. I'll have to go get some tongs real quick. Hear them sizzling? That's what we want. This won't take very long. Then we have to let them sit and cool off to get the skins off. Oh yeah, this is perfect. See how black and charred they're getting? That's what we want to see. This one doesn't want to stay on the grill. Then what we do is we'll get us a paper bag or aluminum foil, and we'll throw them in there and let them sweat the skins off. Do you mind looking in top by the towels and getting a brown paper sack? Like an Aldi bag, a brown paper sack, perfect. And see, look, that's what you want them to look like. You want them black. See, like that part's not done, and that skin won't peel off. Here, this one looks really good. Can you see it, man, in the camera? Look how nice and dark and black that one is. See it? Right there? That's what we want. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick it in here. They're gonna sweat the skins off. Check me. Here's another one. That look good? See how nice and black it is? All right, that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna go through that whole batch. Okay, perfect. All right, we are in the home stretch of this. We wanted to bring you in and show you what it looks like. These are good to go. We need one more side on that one. I know it looks like we're ruining them, but we're not. This is actually how they do it commercially, not professionally, but commercially. And this is how they get the skins off. It also adds a nice little depth of flavor. The other thing we're doing, you see us dumping these in this grocery bag. What this is gonna do is we're gonna take it inside and we're gonna use this to sweat the skins off. So if you look in here, all the peppers that we just grilled are in there. And there's a ton of heat coming off of this bag. And so when we get these other peppers in here, we are gonna probably go get a trash bag to put this bag in the trash bag. That way it'll retain its heat, and we're gonna slowly let these cool down and let the skins sweat off. So when it's time when we bring you back, we'll show you how easy it is to peel these skins off. You're gonna be amazed. And like always, our pro tip, when you're working with your propane outside, you see how it's still running? Turn the tank off. And when you hear that poof, it's burnt all the gas out of the line and it's safe to disassemble. So, all right, on to the next project, and we'll bring you back whenever it's time to look at those peppers. All right, y'all, we got the sink prepped. A couple little suds over there. Okay. Greg's gonna help me, and we are going to finish prepping the peppers. Look at the pepper, look what it looks like with the skin off. We're gonna finish prepping the peppers so we can cut them up and can them. So there's what they look like when they're finished. Greg, if you don't mind grabbing that. Yeah, just bring the whole thing over.
And the whole bag just ripped.
That's okay. So if you want to pull that, we'll just dump these in the sink, because now our sink is extremely clean. And what we're getting ready to do, and this is going to look like these are ruined, but they're not. We're just going to dump these in the sink. And what's really cool is these skins are going to slide right off. It's going to be so awesome. How I like to do it is do like a little bead of water and then watch. Look at those skins. Isn't that wonderful? They come right off. You get all that char off of there. And then what I like to do is, once all the skin's off, break these open down the middle. Sometimes they're soft enough you can do it, sometimes you gotta get a knife. And then we just peel the flesh off, rinse the seeds, and there's 1/2 of a poblano, ready to be diced up and preserved. And we're gonna keep doing that until the whole bag's done. So we'll put you on a time lapse so you can check it out. All right, y'all, we did it. There they are. Now we're gonna go to the next step. And the next step is dicing these up, so we're gonna turn them into chilies. All right, moving on to the next step, y'all. Can you see real good? Yeah, you can see real good. Greg is cleaning up our mess. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take and dice these up. You know how you go to the store and you get those little bitty teeny weeny cans of green chilies? Greg, tell me if you like this size, and I'll keep going.
Yes.
See that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, because I do not like the size of the anchovies and the sauce in the little can.
Oh yeah.
It's like half the pepper.
Yeah, those aren't chopped. Those aren't diced.
No, these I think it'd be better because
They're
they'll
smaller.
be small enough to actually you don't have to blitz them or anything.
Okay.
Later.
Y'all, and a monarch butterfly got in our house, and we can't find it. All right, so this is our next step. You better love chilies because it is a labor of love to get these into a jar. And while I'm doing this, Greg is gonna get our cannon set up, and we're gonna do all the cannon outside because it is still blooming hot here. And we're gonna do that process outside. So we'll get you on another time lapse real quick so we can get these peppers finished. All right, we're ready for the next step, y'all. And that is filling jars. We're gonna use the 4-ounce jar. And it's not gonna take much to fill up these jars. So we got 24 little baby jars, and then whatever we need extra, we'll just use pints. And it said in 1-inch headspace, which is this line right here. So we're gonna put that much in, and we're gonna pack that with water here in a minute, but I wanna get all these filled up first. So we're gonna go through and fill up jars. And the recipe calls for loosely packed, so I'm okay with that type. That's about as, I'm not gonna like push in, but I am gonna like work them around so we get a good amount in there. Yeah. That's maybe a little bit too much. Okay. All right. We're going to do this 21 more times. All right. We ended up with 24 4-ounce jars and 2 pints. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to fill up with just filtered water up to the 1-inch line. We are going to need to debubble these. So we'll just get them all started. We'll get our chopstick out and debubble. We tasted the peppers and we thought we were going to need to put some jalapenos in it, but we do not. These are perfect. All right, looks like we're going to have to take some water out of a couple of them, but that's okay. There's no sugar or anything on here, so we're just going to wipe the rims real quick, just to see if there's, you know, like any cracks or anything. Finger tight. And we'll drain off some of the liquid on some of these if we feel like they're too full. So we're gonna lid all these up and go stick them in the canner, and we'll meet you outside. right, y'all, we are back outside because it is hot inside. And so what we are gonna do is we're gonna load the jars in the pot and get this thing started. Now with it being out here, the fire is really high, and so we'll have to keep an eye on this because it'll come up to pressure pretty quick. Let's see if I can get another one in here. We're gonna try to get everything in here. Fingers crossed we can do it. Okay. I like to do this in one swoop. I'm gonna grab those 2 pints and we'll stick them in the middle. Ooh, I think we're gonna do it, y'all. Yay! All right, they all fit. All right. Now we're going to proceed as normal and get the fire going. You wanna turn that on, and then I'll get I need a lighter. Oh, okay. Thank you. And then we'll get her. This should come up to temp pretty quick. Same rules apply. We're gonna let it vent for 10 minutes. After it comes to steam, 35 minutes at 10 pounds of pressure. You've seen this process, so we'll bring you back when it's time to pull these out. All right, y'all, so here are the jalapenos that we picked up as the as-is $5 a box. This is $15 worth of the as-is jalapenos. The 95% of them look amazing. There's a couple we need to cut some bad spots off of. But what we are going to do now is we are going to, oh, and these are 20-quart bowls, so it kind of gives you a perspective of how many jalapenos we're talking about. We have our gloves ready, knives, and our chopper. And what we're going to do is we're going to prepare all of these jalapenos as if we were going to make cowboy candy. The reason why we're going to do that is because we have a Kalispell salsa recipes that we want to do as well. And we think the best way to do that is go ahead and prep everything as we were going to use cowboy candy. And then when we have that finished, we'll divvy out some for some of the salsas that we're going to use these peppers for. So we'll probably set you up on a time lapse or bring you back when we've got most of these peppers processed so you can see what we do. So we thought you were going to come back with us whenever we were chopping, but we realized that our hands were full of jalapeno juice and there was no way I was touching this camera, so they're done. What did we, 12 and a half? 12 and a half pounds of chopped in a very small dice of jalapenos. And we are going to use pretty much all of these today, so.
And this is why.
And this is why we do it outside.
Right.
Yeah, this is why we do it outside. Look at the mess. Thank goodness this isn't in the house. All right, on to the next veggie. So next on the list, now what we're gonna do with these are the bell peppers that we purchased. We like to freeze our bell peppers, so we are gonna take these, chop them up in a small dice, and these are going directly into the freezer. We have pulled out the peppers that we did this time last year, and we're using those in the recipes that we're gonna work with today. So we're gonna cut these up, put them in Ziploc bags, and get them in the freezer so we have these to work with later. So these are just gonna get chopped, and we're gonna call it done once they get in Ziploc bags. We ended up with 6 quart size bags of bell peppers. And we had a little half bell pepper bag left over. We're getting ready to get a weight on all of these, so we know what we have. Oh, we did good. Let's see. There they are. They're all in the scale. Where are we at? Oh, right at 8 pounds. 8 pounds, huh? Good deal. All right, we got 8 pounds of bell pepper. We're ready for the freezer. So, every bit counts challenge, and we've got another item checked off the list. All right, and our next preservation project is the cowboy candy, or the pickled candied jalapenos. We have done this before and we'll link the video. This is using the recipe from the farmer's table, Jessica over at the farmer's table. This is a double batch. That's 8 pounds of jalapenos chopped, and that's a double batch of the syrup. We're gonna get that going, get it canned, and we'll show you what it looks like when we pull it out of the canner. So here is the cowboy candy, and these are gonna go in our Christmas basket. So if you get one of our baskets, you're getting a 1/2 pint of cowboy candy. For us to keep, we put our cowboy candy in pints, and we ended up with 2, 4, 6. Let's see, 2, 4, 6. 7 of them. And then we went ahead and canned up the brine because we will actually use this for other recipes. All right, I hope you found that enjoyable. I know we learned a lot and we're very excited about being halfway done with the Every Bit Counts challenge. Thank you again, Jessica at 3 Rivers Homestead, for sponsoring this. And until we see you guys on the next video, bye y'all.